Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Miracle Network's Wednesday meditation. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. This week we have Andreas Prohl who will lead us in meditation. Then we have 20 minutes of silence, and after that we open it up for sharing. Over to you, Andreas.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for a little willingness to use this moment in the right-minded sense. And Jesus teaches that we have an opportunity here to not to see with the body's eyes, but with the eyes of the spirit, with vision. And so we're here really to give it a good chance that we may come into that experience, that we may come into the experience of not seeing with the body's eyes. And since this is Valentine's Day, at least here in Germany, and I believe also in the UK or wherever you are in space and time, um, it is really a question, what is the gift that we're giving each other? Like, is it a gift of, is it a physical gift? Where Jesus says, this is not a gift at all. Bodies do not give and bodies do not receive. But something that we can share is actually vision. We can share vision, not the direct experience, but in joining our minds, we basically invite uh, Christ to look through us. And I would like to share something with you here from the text. This is chapter 20, section 2, paragraph 5. You still look with the body's eyes, and they can see but thorns. Yet you have asked for and received another sight. Those who accept the Holy Spirit's purpose as their own share also his vision. And what enables him to see his purpose shine forth from every altar now is yours as well as his. He sees no strangers, only dearly loved and loving friends. And what is Valentine's Day in the purest sense, if not that? He sees no strangers, only dearly loved and loving friends. He sees no thorns, but only lilies, gleaming in the gentle glow of peace that shines on everything he looks upon and loves. And really, this is not only an invitation, this is a call. I hear this as a call. Like, let this moment not pass by without joining with him and joining with this sight, with the Holy Spirit's vision. And this is what I like to suggest for your meditation, for our meditation, to just go with him. He's present and Jesus is present. And to allow him to show us his way of seeing, his way of perceiving everyone as a dearly loved and loving friend. And yeah, I believe if you're ready, we can just start with the meditation and invite the experience.
Open your eyes and come back into the room. We have 20 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. And if you'd like to leave a message with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen and I'll read it out. Who'd like to share? Jan.
Hello. Hi, Andreas. It's always such a treat to have you here. Thank you. I just wanted to ask if you could tell us again where you were reading from in the text, because that was so beautiful.
Sure. That's chapter 20, section 2 and paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5. What was the thing after chapter 20?
20, then 2, and then 5.
Oh, 2.
Mhm.
Thank you. That's all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's the gift of lilies, and that happens also to be one of the Easter chapters or Easter sections.
Yeah, right. Thank you for being with us. It's great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Who'd like to share?
Did anyone have an experience of vision or of opening up? Going beyond the regular perception that we have on a daily basis. Teresa.
Yeah, thank you, Andreas. Just like Jan, it's always lovely to see you. And thank you for, in the beginning, all those little technology things that you did with the hearts. It was wonderful. Yeah, there you go. That was lovely. Yes, I was thinking about the lesson of today, which is God is the mind in which I think. And when I did that, it was very similar to what your instructions. So it's like going past all the trees of thoughts, all the trees of anxieties, all the trees as to-dos, and going past all that, and with that wonderful sense of gratitude that we're all together, and just that sense of safety and feeling that we are one, and everything is fine. And Teresa can continue to have her things, but just notice the difference. So that was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I also thought he says in that sentence, with the body's eyes, I can see only thorns, and basically that's my to-do list. My to-do list is my thorns, or how I see relationships as always in a limited way, and that's what thorns are. I don't see the infinite nature of the love that we are. So to make that shift that you just described, that's what this meditation was all about for me. Thank you.
Kirsty, would you like to share?
Thanks, Dan. Hi, Andreas.
Hey.
I actually came in late today, so I didn't hear your meditation instructions. All I heard before we went into the meditation was something about trying to see everybody as your friend. So that was kind of what I went in with. And what came to mind was that lesson 78, which is pretty much that asking us to do that. And what I realised today was I've been kind of at the course for about 15 years now. And years ago, when I'd only been doing it like about 5 years or something, I would be able to do that quite easily. I would be able to think of an adversary in my life, or an enemy in my life, someone who I resent. And they would rise up before me as an incredibly beautiful, holy person. I mean, I have had that experience with somebody in particular in my life. I've had that experience 3 or 4 times. But what seems to be happening now is And it's really strange because it's almost like I'm going backwards. But I know that Jesus does say to us in the Course, you can't judge your own progress because some of your advances are actually retreat. You know, he says that. So I'm not judging.
Exactly.
I'm not saying I am going backwards. But when I try to now take somebody in my life who, you know, I consider to be an enemy and try and see them as a friend, what comes for me now is my unwillingness. And it's interesting because I'm able to stare right at my unwillingness and observe my unwillingness and realize that that's what it is. But whereas 10 years ago, it was this person arising in their beauty and wonderfulness, now what's arising is, no, not going there, not going there today. So it's worth doing because it would be, you know, I've got to be looking at this unwillingness with Jesus. But it's just very strange the way I seem to have gone backwards. I don't know if you've got a comment for that.
Yeah, sure. We are going backwards. We're going backwards in time. He explains that while we perceive a time as us going forward, we're really going backwards because we're meeting again our past decisions for separation and for judgments. So since this is a Course in Miracles and the undoing of blocks, you call it unwillingness, but what it is, or another way of looking at it is, I see the illusions that I believe in and that I want to hang on to. And that's why it seems harder, because these are the images that I prefer. And the thing is, in my human mind, I prefer hate. I prefer fear. I prefer death. And this is what I find. And of course, you know, there's a moment of being shocked, like, I want this. Like, it used to be easier. What happened to my mind? Like, did I do anything wrong? No, it's just that I can see more clearly in my mind what I'm doing and then make a new decision. I just say, okay, well, I see how against I am against Christ, against myself. But no matter what the resistance is or how strongly I resist, the resistance doesn't make a decision for me. I believe in the resistance, but it's still me who decides. Like, I can be in strong resistance and still choose a miracle. And this is part of our program to see what we're doing in our mind, to see what the effects are in our mind, and and still to decide anew. And I think this is, you know, this is what we develop, Christy, that it is a sense of I stick with the program even though I seem to fail, but there's no real failure. It is just looking at the decisions that don't work. And there's no statement. That's no statement about us. That's not a statement about am I a good student or not. It just means this is right now the lesson that I'm learning in this moment in time. So take it easy.
All this kind of peace, love, and joy stuff that was going on with me in the beginning, and that having given way to, you know, a real, as you say, real awareness of my own ego mind, my own human mind. That's kind of normal, is it?
Well, there's only two thought systems that we can choose from. It's either it's forgiveness now, either it's lilies now, or it is thorns. So it's not really like a linear progress that we're going through. It is really, what is my decision now? Now I'm in resistance. Okay, I choose thorns, but I can also say, okay, I choose a miracle now. And of course, there's always a purification that comes with a decision like that. There's always old thoughts like, did I mess something up? Is it supposed to be that way? It used to be easy, now it's hard. Is that how the course goes? But none of these thoughts do really matter. It's just it's just the old stuff that flushes through, and I don't have to buy into any of these ideas. You know, I just stay with the opening. Okay, miracle, Jesus, I need your hand. Guide me through this. No matter how convincing my accusation against myself is, I don't have to believe in any of this. I'm none of that. You are none of that, Kirsty. And of course, you know, this is basically this is the tool to control time. I control how much I want to buy into my own thoughts or how much I just want to go past it. That's really my decision. But the miracle is inevitable. You are inevitable, Kirsty. This is Valentine's Day. You can't fail.
Thank you,
Yeah, you're
Andreas. Really helpful.
welcome. Just a moment longer, you know, just stay a little longer and everything will turn out all right.
Okay, who would like to share? Jim.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you, Andreas, for that lovely answer to Kirsty's question, which I found very helpful. A question about presence in this world. If we give somebody something material, the material gift is not really a gift, as you said at the start. We could obviously look at it from the point of view of the thought we give into that gift and the love that we put into choosing it, which is more important than the actual gift. And that's the same when we receive gifts. We can see how much care somebody's taken, and that's what really matters, not the actual item. But in terms of giving gifts at all, in terms of material objects, how do we give those in a holy relationship? Because even if we see only love in the gifts, we are seeing someone as special who we want to give a gift to. So how does that work in a
How
holy
does it
relationship?
work? How does that make sense? Well, you know, this is a course in thought. It's not a course in behavior, like an appropriate course behavior or something like that. There's no appropriate course behavior. There's just, again, the simple decision between fear and love, or fear and forgiveness. And so we do what we do, you know, we do the ritualistic things, like it's your birthday, I come with a present. It's Easter, we come with a cake, you know, we do the regular stuff. But the question in each moment is, am I choosing to join with you in this instant? Or is it basically, am I just going through the motions of a ritual? And this is, you know, we're not messing anything up if I'm forgetting to join with you right now. It's just a missed opportunity for joy and for healing. But in every instant, I have a new opportunity to remember, I join with you right now. And in that sense, gifts, or let's call it rituals, become really handy because I can do everything that seems to be very normal in this world. And it's very non-threatening. If I come into your house and I have nothing, I don't follow any of those rituals that we do as human beings. I just stand there because I'm joining on the level of the mind with you, and everything is communicating through me and through you, and we're all love. It might be intimidating, you know, like, what's going on with this guy? Why is he not saying anything? And you can say, I'm in my cosmic mind, you know, don't you feel it? But if I come with a cake and I ask, you know, do you have a cup of tea, or would you like a cup of tea? It's very non-threatening, and I can just be in those rituals, but use it for the sense of joining that happens in the background, so to say, and no one's really offended. So yeah, do what you do, and choose a miracle instead of our old motivations, and that's how it becomes joy. Otherwise, I thought, you know, being Course in Miracles student and teacher, I have to run around and just teach the course day in, day out, but it's a very tough thing to do. So I'm happy that every situation is helpful with just joining my brother and forgiving myself what I see in the other guy.
Thank you, Andreas.
Thank you. Yeah, it becomes fun. It really becomes fun.
Thank you. Who'd like to share? Dennis, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Andreas. While I was meditating, the Beatles song went through my head, nothing to get hung about. And that line kept repeating itself. And also on Friday night, I went up to Liverpool for my sister's party, and everybody was doing their job, but they were friends. Do you know what I mean? They bent over backwards, from the people we asked away to the receptionist in the hotel, to the waiters, to everybody. There was just friends.
Beautiful.
And it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the M6 on Friday night.
The
rest was wonderful time.
Right. That's where your forgiveness opportunity lies, the M6. But isn't it a nice reflection, you know, like we really see the witnesses to our changed mind. Like it's not servants, it's not people, it's basically friends. I'm meeting friends, whoever I meet. And so this world really offers so many gifts if I let my vision be corrected through the Holy Spirit. And that's happening every day. This is happening today.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you.
Who would like to share? I'll jump in. I really appreciate the reading that you did, Andreas. It was so much in it. And I used to walk through the world and I'd see everyone with thorns. I'd be judging them unconsciously in my mind, you know, just finding everything wrong with them. And with the course, that's all changed. And now I see people as my friends. And as you were saying, you know, it just, and Dennis was saying, it just changes everything. Everyone's become is my friend, and they respond that way. It's a reflection. So, yeah, and the reading that you did talks about that beautifully. So thank you, Andreas.
Thank you, so precious. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and I love that section. I think it's from the Manual for Teachers, where he says the teachers of God understand that the world is their friend because it's under the laws of God. And this is always so soothing for my chaotic mind, because I feel, okay, I'm safe. I am safe. I'm not in danger. And it's so healing to hear this again and again, that there's actually no threat happening. It was just my own mind. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Dan.
Thank you, Andreas. And who'd like to share? Didn't see. Take yourself off mute.
Hi, thank you, Andreas. That was really good.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, it's Hugh here, and I've got my wrong name up here because my wife often uses this Zoom session. And yeah, I was thinking about making people friends, and a couple of very difficult examples presented themselves to me. And I thought, my goodness, you know, what do I do with these deep grievances I'm holding? And I just thought, I don't have to do all this myself. A voice came to me and said that I'd made a lot of mistaken attachments. I'd attached a lot of inappropriate things to my relationships with these people. I wasn't seeing them for who they really were. And knowing that really helps. You know, I can apply that to any situation where I feel this strong sense of grievance with people who are really could be great friends. So that was a very encouraging moment for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Amazing. Yeah. no matter how long we held on to miscreation thoughts or judgments, he says, the Holy Spirit undoes every thought of sin and every seeming effect. So I'm relieved from the idea of sin or guilt or fear, as well as everything that seems to come with it. And this is always so refreshing, because he's not holding back with anything. It's just me allowing him to decide for God for me. And I think one of those hooks in our mind, our belief system, is I don't believe I'm worthy of that. And I believe it's possible. Okay, it might be possible when I have done my work and I have, suffered enough, or, I don't prayed enough. But right now I'm not worthy. But he says, you have to join with me against that belief, because you were created by God. Like, how much more worthy do you want to be? You are worthy. Just by the fact of you being is the proof that you are worthy. So join with me against that belief, and let your mind be corrected. Let your mind be aligned again. And of course, maybe it takes a bit of stubbornness with ourselves, just not to look on the form and to judge the form. Is the form worthy enough? Is my practice worthy enough? Is the state of my mind worthy enough? Just let's go past all of that, and help me correct my mind. Help me remember God. Holy Spirit, I want to see my friends, how they really are. Thank you for throwing that in, Dan. Dan and you. Minds are joined. We're working on this together.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We've come to the end of our time together. Thank you, Andreas. That was a wonderful session. And take yourself off mute and express your appreciation to Andreas.
Thank you,
Thank
Andreas.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
very
Andreas.
much. Thank you.
Bye, Carl. Thank you.
Gardening.